and welcome to Ninqueso Live, episode 15. I am El Gran and I am joined by my co-host, Miss Bree.
Good evening, bestie. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Not too bad. Bit disappointed.
Why are you disappointed?
It's Xbox launch day today, isn't it? Of the Series X and the Series S. And one, I didn't have a pre-order. And two, the pre-orders that went live today were just really mean to me.
No kebab.
I just kept refreshing. I kept refreshing and nothing happened. And then I found a link to an Asda, where I went on. I got the thing in my basket. I mean, the website was going unbelievably slow at this time. But I put the Xbox Series X in my basket, trying to clock out. It's like, oh, an error has occurred. Try again. Tried again. Tried again. And then also I got a message, oh, we've sold out. We've removed it from your basket.
Denied!
So it's like, look, we'll take that back off you. You know, it's like, can you imagine if that happened with physical stuff? Like you actually had it in your trolley and like a member of the staff went up to you and went, no, sorry, we've sold out. We're taking this away from you. You are denied.
Not having this. Snatch.
So yeah, so that was a little bit anticlimactic this morning.
I have to admit that I haven't even tried.
The thing is, though, you want the Series S, don't you?
I do.
You would probably have been able to get one.
Really?
Yeah, because there was so much. I saw a few stock for the Series S.
Whoa. I'm not sure why people don't want that, really.
Tesco's had the Series S in.
And you didn't get me one?
No.
Seriously?
No, I was trying to get a Series X.
What kind of bestie are you? Rubbish.
I'm a bestie that doesn't have £230 odd.
Fair enough. I'm also the kind of bestie that doesn't have 230 odd quid. So there it is. We are indeed Xboxless.
So yeah.
So shall we do some news then?
Hopefully. Well, no, you've not been playing anything this week or anything.
I haven't managed to play anything this week because the boy
You're not a gamer.
is literally on the Warzone. He's found a new, so he's not doing the Battle Royale. He's found a new campaign. So he's on that.
A new campaign?
Yeah. So he's on that and he's been on it 24/7.
Has he actually bought Call of Duty then? Has he spent money and bought the actual one-player game?
Yeah, I think he might have actually because I keep asking him what's going on and he's a bit sheepish.
Here's a little secret: there is no one-player game in Warzone. You have to buy that. When you switch it on, you get the one-player game campaign. If you click on that, it will just bring up a purchase thing for it.
Right.
So he's bought it if he's playing it a single player.
Yeah. Okay then. Right. Busted. We'll have a word in about an hour or so.
Oh dear.
What have you been playing this week?
Well, it was Halloween week, wasn't it? So I've played Luigi's Mansion and I completed it. Got all the way through. I got all the way through in the end. And then I've started playing Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker on the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah.
Mainly because when people were watching me play Luigi's Mansion, they were like, "Oh my god, that Toad is so cute," and I was like, "Okay, I'll play a game with just Toads." That'll be cuteness overload. And it was.
Oh, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Yes. Actually, I did play some.
It is Tuesday. That's the day we do the podcast. It's a bit of a giveaway, really.
That's right. So I got out of Blackreach.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I've actually
got out of Blackreach. It was a bit of a busy weekend, so I was like casting on my back.
Legged it through because I actually did that quest not long ago, like on my character at the moment, and I just kind of went straight through. I wasn't exploring
Crimson
anywhere.
Moon route. That's the annoying
I wasn't
thing.
looking for that. I was just, I'll get through. Sniped off the couple of dwarven centurions that were about. Used my because I got like really good illusion ability now, so I can just make everything fight itself, and I don't have to worry about it. Cast that, they all start fighting themselves. Send in a frost astronaut, and be on my merry way while they're all doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I've got just a ton of stuff to sell now, so I'm at the point where I need to buy a new house to keep my other stuff in.
Oh, Bree's home no longer big enough.
No, Solitude. That's where I'm going to buy Solitude.
It's expensive one. It's an expensive one.
I'm good with that.
It's the biggest one.
I've got aspirations.
It's like 20,000 just to buy the house, and then it's probably about another 10,000 to update it.
I'm good with that.
Cool. So yeah, apart from that, just some Fall Guys. And I noticed on Twitter today, this isn't part of the quick news because I literally only noticed it about an hour ago. The mid-season update of Fall Guys has happened. It is live. It is live now. So
we're gonna like wrap this up.
we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna jump straight into Fall Guys. I don't know. I'm pretty tired.
Streaming after. So
pretty tired
with
the 6 a.m. cycle ride to the Tesco's. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing.
So we do some quick news.
Some quick news.
The kind of news that's quick and we don't want to talk about.
It's my line. How dare you?
I stole it.
We'll just say hello to Barlet in the chat there because she said hello.
Hi, Barlet.
Quick news. Fire Emblem Three Houses is now the best-selling entry in the entire series.
Surprises me.
The Origami King is now the fastest-selling Paper Mario game ever.
Oof.
It's hardly surprising. It's on one of the biggest-selling systems.
That's it.
Switch hardware sales reached 68.3 million units sold, which now makes it Nintendo's second best-selling home console ever.
So that's like the entirety of the UK owning a Switch.
It's a lot of people owning a Switch. Yeah. It's a lot of people. And Mass Effect Remastered Trilogy is coming in 2021. Plus, a new Mass Effect game is in the works.
I'm going to be looking for that because I like the Mass Effect a lot.
I've never played Mass Effect.
Really? Okay.
PS4 Remote Play app will let you stream your PS4 games from your PS5. Oh. And that's the quick news that we didn't want to talk about.
Has Barlet got a new console today by any chance?
I don't think so. She didn't say anything in the chat. She's waiting for Black Friday Nintendo deals. All right. Cool.
On to the main news
news. So the PS5's internal storage has, after all the operating system is on it, no, she says, after all the operating system, it will leave you with 667 gigabytes of free storage.
So the original size of that SSD is 825 gig.
825,
so that means there's 158 gig which is inaccessible, and what they're saying is that's due to the operating system, the firmware and the updates. So this is actually not a huge amount when you think that Call of Duty Black Ops will take up about 200 gig.
We're actually going into the sort of the size of the games in a little bit, but yeah, you're going to fill this up really quite quickly. I mean, it's not as bad as the Xbox Series S, which I think after everything has only 364 gigabytes of available data to use.
Yeah, but I mean, in anywhere you look at it, you know how much the PS5 is using for operating system and so on is kind of comparable percentage-wise, because if you look at the Xbox Series X, that's 1 terabyte. Only 802 gig is usable of that.
Yes.
So, it's kind of a 20% drop. Yeah,
I mean, they've kind of like gone to making the whole user experience like, oh, look at this. I mean, I know the reason being the Xbox Series consoles have got such a big storage. It's because they have the suspend game feature where you can suspend 4 games and hop between them as much as you want. So basically, that's just literally saving the whole game into it so that it will just suddenly go pop back on again, which is one of the main reasons that sort of space isn't available. I'm not 100% sure exactly why the PlayStation is having such a big operating system, other than
it does seem quite a lot for the OS, the firmware, but they have actually one of the notes that I looked at was that some of this is going to be updates. So I think that's going to be more than you think as well. I don't think this is going to be all OS and firmware. I think a good proportion of that is for you.
I guess they are already like keeping a certain amount segregated for the inevitable updates that come along to the operating systems.
Well, because I would have thought there'll be fair. Yeah, we mean patches. I would have thought there'll be a fair number of those within the first 3 months. To be honest, I can see that happening.
But this is confounded a little bit by the news as well that on release, the PS5 will not support SSD, and hard disk drives will not be supported.
Yeah, so on release, the slot is disabled. So,
Well, not just the slot,
from launch day,
not just that. You can't even plug a USB hard drive
no.
into it and use
So
it.
the slot is disabled and there's no support, and and also the PS5 architect said way back earlier this year that it's likely to be a little bit past launch, so please hold off buying any hardware. So that says to me that could be a while.
Yeah, which when you've only got 667.2 gigabytes of space, you're gonna be having to delete games and download games. It's it's not ideal.
Yeah, for me though, it's like, well, they are going to have to get this in place because
they will, they will. But I mean, this is obviously why not Nintendo. It's obviously why Sony hasn't released a list, because they were saying they were going to release a list of compatible M.2 SSD drives that you can just slot straight in, which they haven't done yet, because it's such a new technology. There's not that many of them out yet.
Yeah, and also that technology, I mean, it's going to have to deliver over 5.5 gig per second of bandwidth and be thin enough to fit in this slot. So this is quite advanced technology. I think there's still a bit of work to be done on that.
Well, the M.2 size, they're pretty standard, because that's the size I've got of an SSD in my PC that I've built, and they are very thin, just plug-in solutions, but they're not cheap. I mean, no. On the flip side, you're not much better off with Microsoft either, because you got to pay £220 for the memory card. It's a 1 terabyte memory card, and at least it's like you know exactly what to buy and what will work, and you just plug it in. And I'm pretty sure you can use external hard drives on the thing. Obviously, you can't use more modern games on
hard
it.
Drives are ready to go, so that's the alternative there.
So
this
is what you weigh up.
Hard drive news.
PlayStation has exclusive games. Microsoft has memory. Which one is more important to you?
Difficult question, that one.
This is very true.
So a lot of hardware stuff to think about this week, really.
Yeah, I mean, the consoles came in cheaper than what people were expecting. I mean, £450.
But there were drawbacks to that.
Yes, but that's exactly the problem, because like a PlayStation 5 with a disc drive is £450, an Xbox Series X with a disc drive is £450. When you go to their cheaper versions, the one without a disc drive, so bear in mind, I mean, even with the disc drive though, you have to install the games onto the hard drive. You can't play it from the disc, so it makes no real difference to your internal storage, other than if you delete the game, you don't need an internet connection to put the game back onto it, like you will if you've got the other version. But the other version is only £350, exactly the same amount of storage, and the Xbox Series S is £300, but you've only got 360 odd gigs of free storage.
But as we've discussed before, they're nudging you in the direction of subscription. That's what the price point is for. So all these, really, all of this is to do with that slow and
the Xbox Series X
inexorable journey.
The Xbox Series X
making.
To me really seems like it is placed as you want to play Microsoft, you want to get Game Pass, and you don't want to buy games, so you can just put whatever you want on there, and then you got no qualms about just taking it off again. It's just like, well, they're not my games anyway, so I'll just play this for a bit, take it off, put this on for a bit, take it off. Although, as our next story goes, we got some file sizes, like, bear in mind how little space you got.
So I mentioned this just in passing earlier on, Call of Duty Black Ops, the numbers on that.
Yes.
My goodness.
Okay.
Well,
this is a breakdown. This is from The Verge. A breakdown of the file sizes across all the platforms. On PlayStation 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 will be 95 gigabytes. On the PlayStation 5, 133 gigabytes. On the Xbox One, 93 gigabytes. On the Xbox Series X and S, which is a bit odd that it's both of them, because obviously the Series S won't need as a higher quality texture packs, is 136 gigabytes. So that's a big chunk of your storage gone just with that one game.
37%.
One game. And bear in mind, this is the file size when you buy it day one. It doesn't count that there's probably going to be a day one patch. And there will be patches later down the line. I mean,
so day one, I should just mention, is November the 13th.
Yes, it comes out in a couple of days' time.
Mm-hmm.
Does it come out the same day as the... No, in America, the PlayStation 5 comes out Thursday, but we get it next week in the UK. So it comes out ready for that. And yeah, massive chunk of your space is gone. It's like
and also, you know, like you say, the updates, and by the time you put patches on, I mean, this is huge. Absolutely huge.
I mean, it's not as bad as the PC file size of 250 gigabytes. up to if you're using like a top end PC with all the bells and whistles, that's 250 gigabytes of storage.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's just bear in mind, it's like Warzone, which is a battle royale game in Call of Duty, that had what, a 40 gigabyte update not long ago? Was it more?
Yeah, it did, because obviously
huge,
the Boyfa's got that absolutely massive. Took quite a while. We've got a fairly unstable connection here as well, so
you need to kind of put that on and then just leave it and go and come back to it the next day.
That's right. Just go, make the dinner, eat the dinner, have a bath,
Although
come back.
I have heard from people that have got the Series X and Series S earlier on their reviews, they're saying that the downloads seem to be quicker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's probably got something to do. They're suspecting it's probably got something to do with like a better Wi-Fi module in there and a more powerful CPU that can unpack the data quicker.
Oh, right. Yes, because when it's downloaded, it's compressed, and they can decompress.
I know
and
the Switch
quicker, then that's massive.
The Switch takes a while to download stuff, and the file sizes on their games tend to be quite small. You're only talking about sort of normally 5 to 10 gigs at most. Even that is a big game, but they're still quite time consuming with the Switch. But I do it all over Wi-Fi anyway. I don't have enough internet cables. The only Ethernet cable I have is into my PC, because I don't think my PC's got a Wi-Fi module on it. I think it's just wired only, because I bought a cheaper board.
Of course.
Budget PC, man. Budget PC. This is why I don't play games on it.
I think all these things, you know, once the new consoles come into use, I think all these things will shake down eventually. Oh, yeah. But, I mean,
you give this...
Goodness me. Right off the bat, when you look at those numbers, you're like... Ooh,
it's scary, because you're also thinking, one, I can't just play my games. I can't just play straight away on it. I need to... Sorry, I'm just fudging the Twitch count by putting it on my phone as well, so it's like more people are watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the fact that you can't even save to external at the moment, but also the price of the SSDs. But as it's such new technology, give it by the end of next year into 2022, the price will start coming down, and it won't be so bad. And also, you won't be stuck with having to buy a 1 terabyte card kind of thing. You can probably get other sizes as well. There's an extra 500 or whatever. So yeah, it's not too bad, but it's something to bear in mind if you're one of the lucky people who have got a new console, and I'm not one of them.
I'm not one either.
But I'm going to keep my eyes out. I'm going to keep my eyes out. I found a website that tells me where stock is. So,
really?
And it puts links up, so you can like click on the link.
Ring me, dude. Ring me.
I'll send you that link. No, it's online only at the moment, isn't it? We've got to wait till at least December before we can start shop hunting.
We'll still be locked up by December.
I know. Okay, moving on. Nintendo.
So, fiscal results.
Yes, you couldn't actually get this. This is all on me, this story.
Yeah, I couldn't access this for some reason.
Nintendo has released its second quarter financial 2020 results. and they have been having a good year. I think they've like, it doesn't say in this one, but one of the other articles I read, their profits up 200%.
Well, yeah, because everybody's at home.
Yes. You know, so the financial results, what's the operating income?
It's just the OI.
Which should we do? Operating income, ordinary income, revenue.
Just revenue.
Revenue.
What's revenue?
Revenue for this quarter, $1.817 billion.
Wow.
US. Digital.
If they've got any change, I'll take it.
Digital sales, so just digital sales, 282.7 million. And mobile revenue, 34.5 million.
Oh,
I know this year has been the best ever year for Pokemon Go. I know why as well. It's because people can't go out and play for a lot of it, so they've started selling remote passes and things. So people have been buying those.
Okay.
That's why I think.
This is not a surprise. There are certain companies which have done very, very well out of coronavirus. Very well indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Amazon have been one.
Well, that was one of the stories I saw again today, which is not in the news feed here. But Nintendo, Ubisoft, and I can't remember the other company, stock has fallen since the announcement of a vaccine for COVID.
Of the vaccine, yeah.
Has actually made their stock fall.
So yeah, stuff inside anymore.
So the Switch has shipped 6.85 million units in this quarter.
Wow.
So it's 68.3 million. Software management, they have sold 49.82 million units in this quarter.
Holy moly.
So now the top 10 for the Switch now looks number 10. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe has sold 8.32 million units. This is lifetime sales for them. So that came out start of last year. Splatoon 2 came out in 2017. 11.27 million units. Number 8, Super Mario Party, which came out 2018. 12.10 million units. At number 7, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. 12.49 million units.
Wow.
That's in just over 2 years. Number 6, Super Mario Odyssey at 18.99 million units. At number 5, Pokemon Sword and Shield, which came out last November. So this is a year's worth of sales. 19.2 million units.
In a year. Whoa.
At number 4, this was a launch day title, so it came out start 2017. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 19.74 million units. At number 3, end of 2018 this came out. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 21.10 million units.
Oof.
And this is where things get interesting. At number 2, which came out this year in March, Animal Crossing New Horizons, 26.4 million units. And it's not even had a Christmas yet.
Wow. God. 2.5 million units at least per month.
And at number 1, still
Phenomenal.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with 28.99 million units.
Man.
And I know with the Black Friday deals that Nintendo are doing, Mario Kart's bundled in with those. So that's probably going to push 30 million by the end. And Animal Crossing is going to take that. It's just is. It's not even been out for a year and it's already at 26.4 million units sold.
That's insane. It's insane.
Just numbers you can't even sort of fathom, isn't it? It's just like, wow. Since March. So yeah, so it's looking like Animal Crossing is easily going to take the top selling game by the end of the Switch's life. And it's also looking very, very promising that the Switch is also going to overtake the Wii for the most sold Nintendo console. And also people are now sort of saying, is it going to catch up with the PlayStation 4, do you think? Because it's online to do so.
Yeah,
it's
could do.
Selling quicker than what the PlayStation 4 did. It really depends, I guess, how much this next generation impacts
And
the
once
Switch.
the vaccine rolls out, quite honestly.
I don't know, because a lot of these games were still high numbers even before 2020.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I
yeah,
guess
so
we'll
Nintendo are
see.
doing well.
Yeah,
All those people.
we'll have to see what happens because the market is very fluid at the minute with everything that's been going on in
It
the world.
is, apart from if you're Sega.
Yeah, not if you're Sega, and my heart goes out to these people because it's a tough time anyway.
Yeah.
But they've asked 650 employees to what they call voluntarily retire. Which I don't think it might be all that voluntary, to be honest, if they're divesting themselves of staff.
And they cut executive salaries.
So what they're saying is it's a difficult operating environment, and they need to do a cost reduction of fixed expenses. So they've asked 650 employees to volunteer. I'm not sure why this isn't voluntary redundancy rather than voluntary retirement.
Perhaps they got lots of old people working. About that. Maybe it's just a Japanese thing.
Perhaps because they actually will. The package that they've got for them is payment of extraordinary retirement allowance and re-employment support. So I should just say, for those socialists like me who are outraged, they are cutting executive salaries as well. So between 10 and 30% off executive salaries, although, I should imagine the executives are paid quite a lot.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that people need to... I think with this that people might not realise is it's not so much the Sega game development that this is happening in, it's the arcade production. So don't worry that, oh my god, we're never going to get another Sonic the Hedgehog game, because we will. They're still working on those kind of things.
Development will always be prioritised.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not looking good for Sega.
So what they're saying is they're going to declare 10 billion yen losses, which will be to do with restructuring the business. But obviously volumes must be down, I would have thought. Do you have a converter there? What actually is 10 billion yen?
Oh man, I don't know.
It sounds like a lot, but I think yens are sort of... I'm not sure what the exchange rate is.
Yeah, when you buy a Switch, they tend to be like 20,000 yen kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but
10 billion yen isn't as much as it sounds then.
No, it's still a lot, but it's not as bad. And speaking
it's a few hundred million, I should have thought then.
So 10 million. But
10 billion.
Billion, okay.
Yeah. 10 billion yen. Oof.
Let's what do you want that into? English or...
Yeah, let's have it in pounds. Have it in British pounds.
Yen to Great British Pound. It's a lot of noughts, isn't it? So
yeah,
the exchange rate at the moment is 0.0072 pounds sterling to a yen. So
okay.
10 billion. Oh my god, so that's 10. No, that's the one keyboard. That's the keyboard for the... I always get confused. Got two keyboards.
10 zeros.
10, then
a 1 followed by 10 zeros.
2,
I think.
3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10 million. So is that 10 billion or is that 100 million?
In the UK, a billion is 100 million.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros or 10 zeros?
Yes.
9 zeros. So that is 7,165,241 £7,165,241.
Not as much as I thought.
Is nothing compared to the losses that Square Enix has posted.
Really? Do tell.
The latest earning reports from the company reveals that despite growth in the first half of the fiscal year, the company showed a loss of $62 million from July to September 2020. The quarter it released Marvel Avengers.
Really? Yeah. Well, nobody's going to the movies, are they?
It's not a movie, it's a video game.
No, but because nobody's going to the movies, you haven't got the feed in.
It's because the game's like not good. What's happened
there,
from what
bestie.
people have sort of said? I've not played it, so I can't really talk about it.
I do
but
know the reviews were not great.
It's kind of like I think they kind of like started out as a one-player game, realized, oh my god, we're not going to make the money back because the franchise alone must cost them a lot. you know.
Sure.
So they kind of changed it to a game to service game to try and get a constant revenue coming in for it. So this is a long-term goal for them. They want to keep updating this game, keep it going and keep it alive, and hope that they recoup some of that $62 million. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I know. I only pulled that story up because we're running really quick. We've only got one story left.
There's not much gone on this week, has it? Let's be honest.
We've only got one story left, and we've still got like 15 minutes to talk about this last story. Are you ready to do 15 minutes on this last story?
Only if I get one delivered and I can roll around
2020.
in it.
It's not been a great year, but it's gonna get better.
Bandai
the
have
winter.
the perfect
Let's build
gift
this.
for
Let's build this up.
Go
The
on,
winter
build it up.
nights are coming in. We're going to be getting cold. We're going to be sitting there going, oh, I'm really cold while I'm playing my new Pokemon game because I love Pokemon. So
Is it a slang kit?
What we are getting is
it a slang kit?
a Metapod blanket type thing that you sit in. 2020 will be remembered for a lot of things, and one of these things will no doubt be this incredible Metapod onesie cushion bed thing that can fit actual humans inside.
Yeah, human-sized Metapod cocoon is the accessory for Christmas 2020.
It's
coming from Bandai's premium range. It has a list of things that you can do it.
A list
you
of
can
things.
Roll around, sit in it, sleep in it.
You've got to sit upright though, haven't
weird.
you? It's amazing. That's what a Metapod looks like though.
It is so weird.
Is it as weird as the ride along Pikachu?
No. Which episode was that?
Oh, it was a few episodes ago.
Yeah, that was episode 5 or something like that. Not quite as weird as that.
Here's some pictures of things you can do with it. You can sit up with it and look at yourself in the mirror. You can have it next to your desk in the office, and when you feel the need, you can climb in it and then just lie on the floor with it. You can lie down in it and put your legs up on the wall.
Seriously. Good grief.
It's amazing.
Do you know what? I looked at this and I was like, what the actual...
If I can't get an Xbox Series X soon, I'm getting one of these.
Yeah. All right. That's your Christmas present sorted out, bestie.
And, okay, pre-orders. Pre-orders for Metapod went live today for buyers in Japan, but appear to have already sold out. Oh, rubbish. Its scheduled shipping date is April 2021. So it's just to get warm.
Your like 6x4 hotel room, you know that, don't
so you
you?
might get another chance to pick one up at a later date. Price? You ready? You ready for the price? 35,000 yen. So approximately £257.
That's insane. That's daylight robbery.
Or
$337. I noticed it only comes in one colour though. That's the thing.
Well, Metapods are only one colour. It's a Pokemon. I guess they could do a shiny version.
Well, I want a different colour.
But I don't know. Okay, let me
match the decor.
Let me just find out what a shiny Metapod is. Then you can see shiny Metapod.
That's it. Human-sized shiny Metapod cocoon.
Okay, if it was a shiny one, it'd be orange.
Oh no!
So they're your choices. I can stream in it apparently, according to Bartlett. Just sit there.
Yeah, kind of like yourself in it.
The problem is it's not out till April, so it's going to be warmer by then.
Well, yeah, I mean this is a kind of winter item.
It is.
Isn't it?
I thought it was going to be out like now, and then it'd be like awesome. And I also didn't think it would be nearly £300.
So pre-orders are 5 months in ahead for this.
It's kind of like Metapod onesie. Xbox Series S.
Yeah. Well. Tricky
Which
on
one
that.
should
What a
I go
choice.
for? So yes,
Weigh it up on the scale.
that's a shiny Metapod. I think green
Right.
looks better. Okay, and that was the news today.
I
Not a lot
know.
of news. I struggled again.
It was not a
Hopefully,
busy week.
next week we'll have loads of news. We'll have all the news of people going, "Oh, my Xbox didn't work.
Well,
Xbox
this
are
is
rubbish."
it.
To be fair, I have seen posts on Twitter with people saying, "Oh, my Xbox is already bricked." But what it is you can't. You have to be connected to the internet to set your system up, and the Microsoft servers went down in America. So some people were trying to like switch it on, and it was just getting stuck at a blank screen and just like loading. So they just thought their systems were broken, but it wasn't. It was just the servers were crashed because obviously, I know they were hard to get, but there still must have been quite a few people that have bought them and got them today. Yeah. Apparently, though, you won't have to have that problem with the PS5. You can skip that step. But you couldn't with the Xbox. You had to like be online to do it.
Yeah. So we probably will have lots of reviews of that next week.
Yes, I'm sure there'll be lots of things once they're in the hands
of
the public.
If there's anybody out there who wants to get in touch on Twitter and give us a review, you can find me on Twitter at gamergirl_Miss That's GMRGRL_MISSBRIE. Gamergirl Miss Brie. Shout at me and tell me what your experience was like with your new Xbox. And I will
just been
live vicariously through you.
If they do a Wooloo one of the Metapod things, but I don't think they do.
It's just the orange shiny. So where can they find you, Bestie?
Well, hang on, why are you trying to get out of it? You got a date or something? You're trying to get out of here quickly.
No, I was just saying, if they want to send us reviews ready for next week, let's tell them where to find us.
I can't find. I'm just answering this to Charlotte. I can't find a large Wooloo, but I can find some large Mareep. I've just put a picture of some Mareep up on the screen.
Okay.
Mareep is like a electric sheep Pokemon.
Of course.
A Wooloo is kind of like a normal sheep Pokemon.
I guess what a Wooloo is, yeah.
For me, yes, you can find me on Kesso_Cheeselits or on Facebook, ElGranKesso74, where I stream pretty much daily, apart from Sundays. And do we have any other questions? That is the thing that I'm wondering. I haven't even checked Twitter. It was a bit of it was another question about Warzone. Was it?
And it was, will I ever get any better?
No. No, because
he has got a kill though.
The reason being he won't
celebrate.
The reason being he won't get any better is because he's not a 14-year-old who doesn't have life responsibilities.
This is true. He's also found out this week that there are hacks whereby people on PC can cheat their way to winning it. So he showed it to me, and he was so disappointed it was untrue. He showed me this YouTube video that said you will never win because the people who win are cheating. They've got all this. Yeah, and he was so gutted, and I was kind of like slightly entertained that he didn't know this.
Yeah, I mean, cheaters will get pulled up sometimes and banned. You can report people if you know they're cheating, because that comes up like a report button, like when you die.
I think he'd just like to kill someone in a battle royale because he hasn't yet.
As in, only in the goulash.
Yeah, just the goulash.
I've still not got that. I've still not actually been on the Xbox since you told me to add him.
Yeah. He's got a headset and everything ready. He's just waiting for you. It's a date. Sort it out, Bestie.
I've got a headset too.
You'd have to talk to him. My God.
I know.
The two boys in my life.
Bad, isn't it?
I can't cope. I can't cope.
It's bad. But yeah, I think that's it. Is there any other questions in the chat from Bartlett? Because that's all we seem to have talking today. No? I don't know, because there's a little delay. So we'll just do the outros then. So, Are you like alive or are you frozen? No, you're blinked. That's good. You're just like really still.
I was waiting for you to do the Batman thing.
We're not at the Batman thing yet. Okay.
I wanted to know I was looking for you to look for the piece of paper, so because I was confused. I was like, has he actually written something for this week or not?
No, I haven't. But I'm going to pretend I have. I've also not got any black ink, so I'm having to print everything out in red. And once the red's gone, I'll be printing everything out in blue.
No, you'll be coming to my house and saying, Sam, can you print this?
Okay. Are we ready for this?
Do it.
Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Will El Gran Queso ever find an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series X fridge? That's it. Find out the question to these answers next time. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel. Oh,
Actual story, Joe Berry.
I pressed the wrong button.
Oh dear. Do it. Okay.
I pressed
the jingle.
I pressed the Slime Climb song battle. And not.
Oh dear.
Do the jingle. I don't know what the jingle is. Say goodnight, bestie.
That's it.
I did it. We'll do it again. You meant to say goodnight, bestie. We've rehearsed this. We're awesome. Say goodnight, bestie. Good night, bestie.